What's up, guys? I'm Shane Peterson. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Off the Rip. So the Pro Motocross Series started this weekend at Paula. Did not disappoint whatsoever. Two of the biggest names in the sport go 1-1. That's Haiden Deegan in the 250 class and Jett in the 450 class. There's a lot to unpack from Paula, so let's get into it. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the wild moments that happened at Paula. There were even some wild moments that started on press day. So Garrett Marchbanks crashed on some bikes over a blind jump, causing him to be sidelined for the weekend and until further notice. Dean Wilson got sketchy with Jett Lawrence, almost taking them both out, but they both managed to save it. Ty Masterpool ended up getting bucked off his pro circuit ride. He got lucky that foot peg didn't end up somewhere else. Somehow Levi Kitchen got a track marker stuck in his boot. And then in the 450 class, both Moto 1 and Moto 2, it was pile up city off the start. So those were some of the wild moments from Paula. Alright, so Rocky Mountain Fantasy Picks wanted to come out swinging for the first round. That didn't happen, unfortunately. I did get the winner right. These were my picks: Jett Lawrence, Chase Sexton, Justin Cooper, Hunter Lawrence, Dylan Ferrandis, and then the wild card pick for 8th place was Malcolm Stewart. Ended up scoring 50 points total for the weekend, and I was super close to getting that wild card right. I put Malcolm Stewart, and he got 9th place, so just one off, but next weekend, gotta redeem myself. Alright, so the biggest storylines coming into the 250 class was RJ Hampshire. He injured his wrist on press day at Paula, and so he's not able to contend for this Pro Motocross Championship. The other big story coming in, Ty Masterpool lands a factory ride with Pro Circuit Kawasaki. So super cool to see Ty on a factory bike and on a Kawasaki. He was supposed to race a 450 class this year. He did really well last season, but instead he bumped down to the 250 class, and he had one ride on the bike, which was the Friday before the race on Saturday, and he did pretty well. Did have that sketchy crash in his moto and a tip over, but other than that, it's going to be super exciting to see what Ty can do with this factory ride. Levi Kitchen caught buzz with his buzz cut and his hairdo, kind of getting that Dennis Rodman type look. But other than that, to get into the racing, not surprised how it went down. Levi Kitchen, Haiden Deegan, both finished second in the championship in their coast or their series. So those guys are hungry. They want to win this championship. So it's going to be super awesome to watch these two duke it out all summer. But we can't leave out Tom Vialle, Chance Hymas, Ty Masterpool, Joe Shimoda, just all these good 250 riders that can contend for this championship. There was some controversy, however, in the 250 class. Tom Vialle going off the track and accelerating. He was docked a position, and people are upset about it because Haiden Deegan went off the track and wasn't docked a position. However, looking at the footage, it looks like Haiden Deegan did not accelerate, and Tom Vialle did. Just for the record, I think Tom Vialle shouldn't have been docked a position. I think the section that he was going in was pretty much the same speed, so I think it was a bad call on the AMA, but everybody on social media is putting in their 2 cents. It's getting pretty crazy, but other than that, that's the 250 class. Let's move on to the 450s. So it's the sophomore season for Jett this year. Picked up right where he left off. Just killed it all day. Practice, fastest qualifier in the race. Got 2 great starts, put himself up front, and just led the entire time, managed. And so he looks phenomenal. It's going to be crazy to see what he can do throughout the season. He says that he didn't get enough seat time or testing done for the outdoors since he was more focused on Supercross. So it's going to be insane to watch what Jett Lawrence can do. I don't know, like mid-season, see how he's riding. But also, all eyes were on Chase Sexton, the second place finisher last season. I think the big question is Chase Sexton going to be able to get a moto win or an overall win this season? Based on his riding, based on his lap times, I mean, it seems like he's going to. I can't imagine him not winning a moto at least. There's 20 more motos left. Like, he's got to do it. But he looks fast. He looks good. I mean, in practice, they were that first qualifying, he was just a second off Jett. And then he was, I mean, 2 seconds or 3 seconds faster than third place Hunter Lawrence. So I think for sure he's going to do it. He just had a bad luck this race by going down off the start in Moto 1. And then Moto 2, he was right there, striking distance. Could have made the pass, but you know, we saw him make that mistake late in the moto. So I think he's going to do it. I don't know if Jett's going to go undefeated, but if he does, that's kind of the thing that we're going to watch, is to see if Jett can go undefeated twice. But it's going to be hard for him for sure, because Eli Tomac is coming back, and you know he's not going to want to let Jett win. So it's going to be exciting for this outdoor season, the 450 class. But to talk about the other Lawrence brother, Hunter Lawrence, super impressed with his ride. I did not expect him to come out swinging on his 450 rookie debut in motocross. We saw him in Supercross build throughout the season and land a podium spot. So no surprise for him to be up there, but still, I don't think anybody expected him to qualify the way he did and finish the way he did too, with the second place. So I think it's going to be the Lawrence brothers show all summer. It would be interesting to see if Hunter Lawrence can beat his brother Jett straight up, maybe even get a overall if Jett makes a mistake or just beats him straight up, who knows. But there were some riders that we didn't get to see up at the front because of that pile up in Moto 1 and the pile up in Moto 2. Names like Justin Cooper, Aaron Plessinger, Jason Anderson, just to name a few. Those guys are definitely going to be running up front as well. So I'm sure those guys are hoping to bounce back in Hangtown and have a better performance throughout the whole motocross series. So that's all I have for now. We'll see what happens in Hangtown. Things are exciting, things are good. I think we're off to a great start for this pro motocross series. So I'll see you guys next weekend to talk about Hangtown. Peace.